All right, guys, welcome to the first annual edition of the KnivesFAST Fasties 2023. That is my little goofy awards show where we're going to look over the best knives of 2023. Yes, the Fasties. I have no idea. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do it a little bit different, and you need to know a few little upfront things, okay? Number one, we are only going to feature knives that are here. So that means there are some really good knives out there that aren't going to get recognition. For example, I think in the budget category right off the bat, a Miguron Moyarl. That would definitely be up there very much in the budget category. I don't have one, so that's not going to be on this video. I'll try as I go through to mention things that aren't here. I will also say, when we get to some of the categories, there aren't as many nominees, if you will, in some categories as others, and that's because my sort of collecting habits have changed. For example, in the budget category last year, I had plenty to choose from in the budget category. This year, I've given all those away. You guys know for a fact I've given a ton of knives away this year, and most of those were in that budget category. So I don't really have very many of those here, but I like what I have here to choose from. And then same thing with auto knives and fixed blades. They're just ones I don't keep as many of these days. You also need to know that I'm not necessarily, when I show the knives to you, they're not necessarily going to be in the order. For example, in the premium knife category, there are actually 6 knives here on the table. When I show them to you, they're not going to be in the order of the best, okay? I'm doing it like an award show where you just show, here are your knives, your nominees, and then I will tell you which one won, okay? And the reason for that is there's just a lot of good knives. And when I look at these, there's a clear winner in most of these categories, but from like 2 on down, they're not. There's not a big gap, if that makes any sense. And the next thing you need to know is none of my own knives are here. Anything Tempest Knives does not even enter into the category. So I know there'll be some comments about the microburst or the whatever, the Jetstream, of course. But I don't include my own knives in this. So the question is, which one should I start with? All right, let's start with automatic knives. And you guys know I don't carry a lot of auto knives, so I don't keep a lot of auto knives. But the clear winner for me in 2023 in the land of autos is Kershaw. And so we're going to show 2 Kershaw knives here, and then we're going to tell you my winner of the Fasty 4 automatic knives. So number one is, and both of these just came in recently. This is the Kershaw Launch 18. 100% love the blade shape, the very thin grind all the way up. 4-finger knife. This, guys, I've said for the longest time, I don't like out the side autos very much anymore. And, it's okay. And by the way, I forgot to say one more little ground rule. This is going to be a very long video, but I decided I'd rather do this than 37 videos, okay? And that's what we're going to do. I have enough other reviews and stuff, and so I figured, if this one ends up 30 or 40 minutes, it's all right. It's okay. So this is, again, the Kershaw Launch 18. And I just remembered I'm going to have to stop down for one thing in a moment here because I forgot something. And then the Kershaw Livewire. Guys, this is the best OTF I've seen. Now, I did really like the Hogue Counter-Strike, but this is just better in my opinion. It's smoother, it's more ergonomic, feels better in my hand. I like the clip better, and it's a little more price friendly if I remember correctly. This is the blacked out version. By the way, if you want, guys, every knife I'm going to show there is a review on my channel. I'm not going to put a link up here to every one. I might try to put some of them down below. But yeah, just if you're interested in a knife, just go to my channel and search for that knife and you will find it. I'm not doing like crazy close-ups or anything crazy on this because I've already done that. If that makes any sense. And the winner, let's look at my card here. The winner for this category, yep, is the Kershaw Livewire, 100%. This is one I would carry and have carried. I will carry it on a regular basis, and I just enjoy this knife immensely. So that is your winner. By the way, this is the KnivesFAST channel. I forgot to say that. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff, and welcome to the KnivesFAST channel. I'm only like 6 minutes in, and I'm just telling you that, or whatever it is. Yep, almost 6. So that is the winner for the Fasty 2023 for Auto of the Year, okay? Let's move on to, let's just go with fixed blades. Now, I only have 2 here again. And one of these is about to be given away, which is funny. So this is, your nominees are, the first one is this guy, the Concept Corvette S. I love this knife. I literally love this knife. This is going to be given away very soon. Feels wonderful in the hand. And because it's so tall, it is a very slicey knife with a tip here. Really nice. I love pocket dropping it in this sheath. Now, I am not positive this next one was first produced in 2023, but that's when I bought this one. This is the LT Wright Daily Carry Fixie in MagnaCut. And I'm going to say the first time it was produced in MagnaCut for sure was 2023. So this is my nominee from there. And this is a perfect EDC. I would like to get like a Kydex sheath for this. This sheath takes up a lot of room when you drop it in the pocket, but it's good for carrying as a dangler. I will probably try to get a Kydex for this because I think it's going to make it way smaller in the pocket. But this guy is wonderful in the hand. It is perfection ergonomically and is a great drop point cutter. All right, so where'd my card go? There it is. So the winner for the Fasty for fixed blade of the year is going to be the LT Wright Daily Carry Fixie for sure. This is probably my favorite fixed blade, period, end of story. All right, very good though. The Corvette S is great as well, but that's going right back in the giveaway drawer for you guys, all right? And we'll do one more category and then I'm gonna stop for a moment because I forgot something. So we'll do a little edit here and we'll keep going. All right, the next category, it's funny guys. So these are 3 budget knives. This is the Fasty category for budget knives, and your nominees are, okay, caveat. It is funny. The budget knife company of the year, hands down, Fasty goes to CJRB. Period, end of story. They've nailed it this year. They've owned it this year. And when I show you what I have here, these are the only 3 budget knives I seem to have kept in 2023. So that's pretty funny. And they're all 3 CJRB. Sorry. So very underrated nominee number 1 is the CJRB Lago. Guys, I'm just saying, this is absolutely a contender for budget knife of the year. Now, I told you about the Miguron Moyaro, but this guy right here, I think it's right around 50 bucks and has totally been overlooked. Okay, and I'm not a big fan of button locks, but this is one of the best as far as no lock stick, and I can defeat that spring easily. I don't have any problem with deploying this knife. It is a little softer on the flipper, but I don't ever use the flipper. I use this, the hole. So, and it is great on the thumb flick as well. The CJRB Lago, and you've got a little place to choke up. You just got to be careful. But for me, it's fine back here as a 4-finger knife. Great knife. That's nominee number 1. Nominee number 2, actually, this is not, I lied. All 3 are not CJRB. This is the Sencut Chiral. And I saw this left out of a couple people's lists on budget knives, and I'm like, really? To me, this is fantastic.
Beautiful Ferrum Forge ergonomics. You do have a place to choke up, but I don't. I use it back here. You have a liner lock with access. You have a lovely flipper tab with a detent that is spot on. I want to say this was like 60 something. I cannot remember. Let's see if it's got, where'd my glasses go? See if it's got the steel. I want to say it's 14C. Nope, it's 9CR18, which is great. Very thin, quite slicey. Has a great downward tip, and plenty of belly to do whatever you want. Great nominee for this category. And then the last, now I'm going to nominate the platform. In other words, the broad scope of this knife. There's been steel versions of this. There's been fancy versions of this. There's been Warncliffe versions of this. There's been mini versions of this. There's been titanium versions of this, and that is the CJRB Pyrite. Again, not the hugest fan of button locks, but this one springs out perfectly. This one has a tiny bit of lock stick. This is the titanium version, so it was slightly over $100, which is where I cap off button locks, but obviously there is a budget version of this, which I loved equally. And as a matter of fact, right upstairs, my wife, and I've shown this several times, has the steel blacked out Warncliffe version with the hole, which actually is really my favorite of this whole platform, but I let her have it, and I didn't bring it down for this, but that one is fantastic, and this is too. So those are your three nominees for Budget Knife of the Year, and your winner on the official card, okay, is, the Chiral. The Sin Cut Chiral, guys. It is my favorite of the lock types here. A liner lock with great access. It is very thin, incredibly ergonomic, and my favorite style of blade for daily use. The Sin Cut Chiral is your winner for the Fasties. I don't know, that sounds so dumb. But anyway, for 2023. All right, I'm going to stop for a moment and get one more thing, and then we're going to go right back at it. All right. Stand by. All right, we're back, and let's go to the next category, which is going to be slip joints. And this is a tough one for me. All four of the ones sitting here are winners, in my opinion. And so this is really, really hard. So let's just go through the four nominees, and then in no particular order, of course, and then we will declare a winner, which, looking at them, is going to be very hard, but I think I know. I've written it on the card already. All right, so nominee number one is the Lake Champlain Barlow from Traditional Pocket Knives. This is Austin's follow-up to the Ohio River Jack. It is a full four-finger big boy knife with this beautiful sheep's foot blade, and the walk and talk for such a large knife, and for the spring, it's important, but it's just so good. Nice, well made by QSP. Really love this knife. Wow, just wow is all I got. It is well done, beautiful all the way around. So that is the Lake Champlain Barlow. Did you hear that? From Traditional Pocket Knives.com. All right, next is a beautiful blue slip joint. This is the Little Bro Jack, which is quite the comparison size-wise to the Lake Champlain Barlow close. Look at that. It's a much smaller knife, but it's still four-finger. You got this great thin clip point, done well like Jack Wolves always are. S90V, by the way. This one was M390, and which fat carbon is that? It's Pacific Blue, I believe. I think that's correct on the Lake Champlain. And then this one is Crystal Lake Kieranite. And again, walk and talk, everything you would expect from a Jack Wolf. This is a little smaller, so the acoustics are different, but it's still very springy and very, very nice. So again, the Little Bro Jack from Jack Wolf Knives. Wow. That's your second nominee for Slip Joint of the Year. Your third nominee is the QSP exclusive hedgehog from, again, traditionalpocketknives.com. This one is in Chill Vibes camo carbon, I believe. And this one is fantastic. The acoustics on this are my favorite of all four. The pinchability is right up there. The walk and talk is fantastic, man. I'm gonna give a 1 and 2 on this one. I really am. I am, because this is hard. This is fantastic, guys. This is a great, and these are still available. You can get both the Lake Champlain and the exclusive Hedgehog, and you can use my code KnivesFAST TPK at traditionalpocketknives.com and get $5 off. A little pitch there, but they're great, and this blade shape with the hollow grind is ridiculous. So good. All right, and then the last one is, it's been in the pocket way more than any other slip joint. It pairs well with the slip I got for it, which is this Northwoods slip right here from Troy. And this is, again, the very pinchable, very beautiful, and great sized, feel-good Jack from Jack Wolf Knives. This doctor's knife is so good. It is very thin. Another sheep. You notice these are all sheep's foot except the clip point little bro. Shows you kind of what I like. This is fantastic in S90V. It's in the dark matter blue fat carbon. Very, very nice. Great walk and talk. Beautiful pinchability. So to me, guys, again, comes down to these two. Comes down to the Hedgehog and the Feel Good, and the card says the winner is the Feel Good Jack from Jack Wolf Knives. What do you guys think? Which one would you choose? All these categories. Which one would you choose? Man, this is really going to be a long video. That's okay. You guys love to watch my videos. All right, so there are 6 knives in the premium knife category. I'm going to show them in no apparent order. And then we will declare a winner. If you've been watching my channel, you already know the winner. If you haven't been watching my channel, watch out. So there are 6 here. Let's start in no order. Again, this one came out of left field last month. This is the ZT0545 from Zero Tolerance. They came back into the knife game with a vengeance. This is fantastic, very ridiculously thin, a great lightweight carry. Now, I've said a million times, I don't like some carries that are way too light. Having the titanium on one side makes this just enough to feel great in the hand. You have a full flat grind, just a phenomenal offering from Zero Tolerance. Welcome back, ZT. I love this knife, and it is in the top 6, and you don't know, it's probably even higher than that. But I'm not going to tell you. All right, next up is one you will not expect, but it surprised me how much I like it. I actually bought this. I got this, and I knew that I might let it go from my collection at some point. But at this point, I think it's not going anywhere, and it's because it's small. The Devo Nip. Guys, this is a great secondary knife. I can get 4 fingers on this because of the choil, and I'm fully on the knife. You have a great hollow ground, utility-shaped Wharncliffe blade. You have this great carbon fiber with the blue. I put on the blue hardware, and plenty of room to get into that liner lock. You have a flipper tab. You have a hole that I just screwed up. All right. And just works like a charm for such a tiny knife. All right. So that's the first 2. Let's do this one next. This is the Quiet Carry 9. I said half the year that this was my favorite knife in my collection. It is still definitely up at the top, and I'm not going to give you that yet, but it has thumb studs, and that's it. And you have beautiful Nebula fat carbon, and you have milled, knurled titanium, which is just magnificent. It is great in the hand. 20 CV on the blade steel. I forgot to say, I believe is the nip 20 CV as well. No, it's S90V, I believe. Is that right? I think the nip, I can't remember. It's either 20 CV or S90V. And it doesn't say because Kevin never puts on his knives what they are. But big, tall, flat grind, works like a charm, feels wonderful in the hand. Love the way my hand fits this knife. And that is nominee number 3. Number 4 is just came out. The Jack Wolf Knives After Hours Jack. I have been wanting the Jack Wolf Midnight in a locking knife, and we now have it on bearings. I can even do the front flipper very well. I can middle finger flick it like a charm. Great. I have done a ton of cutting with this for the 2 weeks it's been here. And guys, it is great. Now, it's good in the hand. Great secondary carry. I love the fact that it's got a clip, okay? I'm carrying this guy on a clip. You know, I know a lot of people took their clips off and put them in a slip, and that is great. But for me, carrying this on the clip is the way to go. Wow, I screwed it up. See, I told you I'm still not the best front flipper in the world, but just gorgeous with the my new favorite fat carbon, the Frost. Just unbelievably beautiful. Okay, so that's number 4, and then we got 2 left. I'm going to go with this one next. This is the Berg Blades Sweeney, made by Riot, designed by Matt over at Berg Blades. Flat ground, shoot. Is it 20? I think it's 20 CV. Again, another one that didn't put it on the blade. And you guys know my memory is awful. Another one that surprises me how much I like, the front flipper. It is a different shaped front flipper, but I got it all day long and twice on Tuesdays. Beautiful on the reverse flick and on the thumb opening. It is a wonderful knife. You have carbon fiber and titanium. It is magnificently finished. It is rolled and contoured. Everything just feels like butter in your hand. I mean, it is, you can choke up on the flat. It is such a good blade shape for me. Yep. Very high up there. Let's just say that for now. And last but definitely not least is the Finch knife I've been waiting for, guys. The Best Tech made Finch Runtley XL. The awesome Wharncliffe blade that just wants to eat your fingers alive if you don't get them out of the way. This flipper tab just flies out. You guys know my preferred method is the nail nick that you flick open. Just fan, and by the way, you can flick it off the actual grind as well. And you have this blue Abyss carbon fiber. I don't even know. This came out of the blue, this carbon fiber. It is fantastic, guys. Such a great, come on, there we go. Such a great, I know we're having trouble with focus here. There we go. But just a great knife. This is entirely ridiculous to choose a favorite. We have a Best Tech made, a Riot made, an unknown manufacturer, a Taiwanese company. We have USA made from Zero Tolerance ZT, and then you have Kubi, which belongs right up there in my opinion. So I've got it written down, but this is tough. No, it's not. The Berg Blade Sweeney, guys, is your winner for the Fasty for Best Premium Knife of 2023. No, it's not. I mean, to me, it's like this is 1 and everything else is 2 and 2A and 2B and 2C. So this thing is absolutely my favorite knife in my collection, and probably will be for some time. I wanted a Brian Brown Jaeger the other day and just didn't pull the trigger. So this is going to stay seated on its throne of KnivesFAST preeminence for quite some time. So, all right, so that is the Fasties for 2023, and I hope you guys didn't think this was completely ridiculous and goofy. Hopefully the focus was good enough for you guys to see the knives when I held them up. The screen is like 4 feet from my face, and I can't focus on the screen to see if this is all in focus, but it hopefully should be. It looks like it. So hopefully you guys had a good experience with this video, trying something new. Every time I try something new, there's a risk, but it is what it is. So there are all your nominees and all your winners for the Fasties 2023. Guys, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and a comment. Let me know what you think. Give me your favorites for 2023. And again, keep in mind that what you just saw was the best of the knives that are still here, because I didn't want to do a video full of slides showing knives that aren't here anymore. So there you go. So let me know what you guys think. Hit the notification bell and make sure you're subscribed. And thank you guys for all your support, and thank you for watching the KnivesFAST channel.